Minister, you are very welcome. As of last Thursday, 25th of March, just over 211,000 people, about 4% of the population, had been fully vaccinated. And most of these are older people over the age of 80 and frontline health workers. I want to discuss what this means for ordinary people who have been fully vaccinated. But first, Minister, I want to address events which occurred near Our Lady of Lourdes Church in Mullahoran in County Cavan yesterday. The local parish priest there has already been levied with a €500 fine by the Gardaí for saying Mass, it appears. And yesterday the Irish Times reported that the Gardaí established checkpoints nearby, effectively to challenge locals about approaching the church. Now, I have no problem with the Gardaí asking people where they're going, as long as it's clear what is lawful and what is unlawful and what is not and what is just a matter of public health guidelines. But to be challenging people or levying fines in circumstances where there is doubt about what the law would actually provide, that takes one into the area of harassment. And that reminds me of what used to go on behind the Iron Curtain before 1989-1990. It is extremely important that our Gardaí do not go one iota further than what the law provides. And I'm raising this because it happened at the end of a week during which the government has been actually refusing to say whether or not it's an offence to say Mass, to cause a Mass to be organised or to organise it, or indeed to attend one. And I raised this issue in the Seanad on Friday. I and others have struggled to get the government to be clear about what is against the law and what is just, though important, what is just a matter of public health guidelines. You'll know, Minister, that people like Professor Oran Doyle have been very critical about what Professor Doyle has called a masterpiece of misdirection, where the state has actually been letting on or appearing to let on that certain things are against the law when they may not be. But I also note that the Irish Catholic reported yesterday that in the course of its defensive proceedings in the High Court, the government has reiterated that it is in fact an offence to celebrate Mass. And yet you, Minister Donnelly, told the Dáil last October, and I quote, "Religious services are non-penal in that there is no penalty attached to them." Yet we have a priest being slapped with a €500 fine. So I want to give you no hostility here, simply, and this is Holy Week and Easter, and a very important time for lots of people. People understand, they want to be part of the national effort. They don't want to be patronised, they want to be levelled with. So I want you to say which version of events is correct. The one you gave in the Dáil saying it was not a penal offence, or the apparent position now being taken by the state. We're talking about two regulations here. Regulation 8 making it a criminal offence to organise, Regulation 4 making it a criminal offence to leave one's place of residence without a reasonable excuse. There's a non-exhaustive list given there. But Regulation 8, which is the one which prohibits and makes it a criminal offence for a person to organise a relevant event. So, Minister, I'm happy to give way now, because I would like you to answer that and just to bring the necessary clarity, and I'd be very grateful if you would. Minister, have you any interest in... I'm happy to give way to you if you want to answer that question now. Well, I'm just making the offer. Yeah, and we're allowed to do it under the standing orders. Yeah. Okay, but it frequently happens that people give way here. I've made the offer, and he's not forced to take it up, but I just want to make the offer. Right. Okay, well, and what would be so wrong with that? Wouldn't it bring isn't this about getting clarity? Let's not worry. Well, I'm not going to call it censorship. I'm going to speak for myself on this issue, Senator. I'm going to speak for myself on this issue. It would be setting a good precedent to give way in this House to allow issues being clarified. I have huge respect for the Minister and the job he's trying to do, but there is an... No, this is no breach of standing orders. It is quite... I have given way to Senator Bultmann, I think, in recent weeks, and he was damn glad it was him to take avail of the privilege. I do want to commend the leader of the Seanad, Senator Doherty, and former Minister for Justice Charles Flanagan for comments they have made yesterday in this matter. Just in relation to the rollout, It's really, Professor Liam Fanning of UCC has suggested that fully vaccinated people should be allowed to meet in pods. I wonder whether the Minister has a view on that. And finally, I would ask as well, there appears to be a difference between how GPs are treated and dentists are to be treated in terms of how they are to be paid for administering. GPs, it appears, are getting paid €35 per dose administered. Dentists are being recruited to work in mass vaccination centres but are being offered €27 an hour. I think that disparity will cause some dentists to eventually, maybe even a widespread refusal to volunteer. And it seems to me that it's a strange situation, and I'd be grateful, my own dentist mentioned this to me in recent days and says there's anger
Senator
about
Mullen,
it. So I'd be grateful for a response to that.
You used your time to try and change the entire system of the House. So I'm sorry.
On a point of order.
But you can't
on a point of order. Last Cahirlig.
To the Minister.
On a point of order, Last Cahirlig. I'm longer in this House than you. I'm not going to say you. I'm not going to say you.
Excuse me.
I'm not going to say that you have a better knowledge.
I'm suggesting that the
I'm not going to say Last Cahirlig. On a point of order.
The Minister is here to talk about the vaccine.
Last Cahirlig.
Not about your ideas and thoughts of changing the whole system.
Last Cahirlig. On a point of order.
So we're going to move on.
On a point of order, Last Cahirlig. I don't think you know what.
Excuse me, through the chair. Excuse me, Senator Mullen, please take your seat. Take your seat, Senator. Take your seat, please, Senator Mullen. Robbie Gallagher, Senator Robbie Gallagher, you will speak next, please. Sorry, Senator Mullen, you will speak through the chair. You will not waste our time now on changing systems. Sit down, please, Senator Mullen. Sit down, Senator Mullen, please. You're not speaking through the chair. I already respect the chair, respect the system of the Seanad, and please sit down, Senator. Please sit down, Senator, and respect the rules of the Seanad. Please sit down and respect the rules of the Seanad. Gormagat. We will not waste the Minister's time on this, please. Senator Robbie Gallagher, if you'd like to come in and speak now, please. As you do as well, we're going to continue now.
Sorry, wait a minute. I've been referred to by two senators in here this afternoon. Sorry, I've been referred to in relation to two senators in there.
We have an emergency to deal with here. We have the Minister in the House. We have the Minister in the House, Senator Keoghan. Senator Keoghan, I'm sorry, if you can't handle the fire, if you play with fire, you will get burnt, Senator Keoghan. This is a waste of time. We have an emergency. We have the Minister in the House. Please refrain from disrespecting. Please respect the Seanad and my position as chair today, and don't be so disrespectful in this House. We would all love to demand one-on-ones with the Minister. Now we are moving on to Senator Gallagher, so we can hear the Minister speak at the end.